Hi, I will talk about living and learning with Down syndrome. The authors of this work are Lilian Marques Silva, Maria Lucia Pereira da Silva, Tenorio, Volney Mattos de Oliveira. The very discovery that the family will have a child with Down syndrome has a great impact. However, the family support can, and will, help the child to overcome discrimination and prejudice. In Brazil we have many laws that support people with special needs such as Down syndrome. Constitution of the Federative Republic of Brazil of 1988, Law N. 8.069, 13 of July of 1990, Legislative Decree N. 186, 9 of July of 2008, Law N. 9394, acronym LDB, National Education Plan, PNE, Law N. 13005, of 2014, Law N. 13146, 2015, acronym LBI. To include the child with Down syndrome in the school environment, targeted pedagogical practices are needed, in addition to adapting the school's infrastructure. To help with the inclusion process of a child with Down syndrome in a school in Brazil, special material was made for this child. A handout was prepared following the syllabus of the 6th grade of elementary school 2 of a state public school located in the state of Sao Paulo, Brazil, focused on Portuguese and mathematics. The teaching methodology applied in this case involved playful and pedagogical activities, developed daily, which contributed to the development and integral formation of the student. In addition to the material offered by the state, a booklet was done considering the relationship between daily facts lived by the student and the content to be addressed. Following is pictures with some parts of the handouts used in the Portuguese discipline. In the material developed for mathematics discipline there were a series of exercises in which the child had to relate and associate columns. On one side was the term and on the other, the picture, always stimulating the child's memory. Other forms of activities were also employed, such as, sentence completion exercises, crossword puzzles, picture completion, coloring activities, pasting and cutting activities, among others. In this work, we studied the cognitive development of a child with Down syndrome at the age of 15, attending the 6th grade of elementary school 2, in a public school in the state network of Sao Paulo, Brazil, from a case study based on bibliographical and exploratory research, using pedagogical practices aimed at Portuguese and mathematics disciplines.
Based on studies Piaget, it was observed that the inclusion teaching practices supported in social inclusion should be a continuous and constant process, interactive and integrative. In this case study, the integration and the interaction among children in the classroom helped in the cognitive and physical development of the child with Down syndrome.
This was an incentive for the child's permanence in school. Considering the cognitive stages defined by Piaget, the child in focus had already gone through the sensorial motor stage. Although the child was already 15 years old, she was still in the preoperative stage and was developing her mental representations. Her logical thinking and her activities were showing tremendous improvements in her conceptual and linguistic development.
The activities helped the child relate the content to her daily practices. Both parents and children felt part of the educational process from the guidelines of these pedagogical practices. Some research in the academic field point out weaknesses in teacher education regarding to the care of students with this syndrome. However, in this role, it was observed that teachers are open to new pedagogical practices and were very pleased to observe the child's development. This work helped children to surrender to society. We appreciate your attention.